Hi, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of my Christian Music Week reviews. Each week I take 5 releases, be it albums, EPs, or singles, and I'm trying to listen to them all week. I come back here and I review them, I share what I think about them. So without further ado, let's get to this week's first release. John Crist's new single, Every Christian Music Video. John Crist's new single, Every Christian Music Video. Let's dive into it. Pretty good song here. Stylistically, definitely a contemporary country feel. And as for the lyrics here, well, as the title suggests, John Crist, being a comedian, humorously characterizes what every Christian music video is like. And here's kind of my summary of his characterization here. So, according to John Crist, every Christian music video talks about a couple fighting about bills to be paid on a rainy day, and husband leaving for his drug addiction, causing wife to suffer. But when the husband reads the Bible in the church, he reconciles with his wife and turns from his sin, and they start going back to church. John Crist also points out little particulars in every Christian music video, like a pretty modest girl, a mid-tempo beat to the song, no cussing. In fact, at one point, it beeps out the word mast. So anything that sounds close to cussing gets beeped out, but rather positive and encouraging to be safe for the whole family. I like how he says positive and to be safe for the radio, correcting myself there. Which I kind of like how he humorously nodded to Caleb there, positive and encouraging Caleb. And also he points out how there's a diversity cameo in every Christian music video. So again, a very humorous characterization of what every Christian music video is like. Up next, Hastings-Songs member Benjamin William Hastings' new album. Benjamin William Hastings of Hillsong United's new solo album was Worship Together. Songs you maybe didn't know I wrote, and some you maybe did. Let's dive into it. So as the title of the album suggests, this is a collection of songs he wrote for other artists, including, of course, Hillsong, but also Cody Carnes, Brandon Lake, and Corey Asbury. Stylistically here, definitely on the soft alternative worship side of things, we see some folk influence as well, and some contemporary influence as well here. Instrumentally, basically it's acoustic guitar, violin, and piano. And there's also a choir in the background of some of the songs as well. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here that Benjamin has written. Benjamin talks about how he surrenders his life to living his purpose of praising Jesus for showing his faithful love by sacrificially dying on the cross to change Benjamin to live that purpose, as Benjamin relies on God's guiding with strength from his word, as Benjamin trusts God will finish fulfilling his promise. Up next, Red Rocks Worship's new album, Ascend. Red Rocks Worship's new album, Ascend. Let's dive into it. So, overall, I'm gonna say it's a good album here, but it does drag on a little bit at some points, I feel like. Some points don't excite me as much as other parts, so good album, just drags on a little bit here, I feel like. Stylistically, definitely a worship release, of course, and the worship sound includes elements of alternative, contemporary, and pop rock. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Red Rocks Worship talks about praising Jesus for his faithful love shown in how he pursued us through his sacrificial blood shed in grace on the cross to change us, to be reconciled with God, so we can see and live to trust how he forever reigns in holiness over the fearful adversity he is leading us through into a miraculous breakthrough of a changed life of reflecting the Holy Spirit's love. Up next, Ryan Ellis' new EP, Night-N-Day. Ryan Ellis' new EP, Night-N-Day. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good EP here. I actually found myself quite a bit more into this EP than his past releases here. Stylistically, a pop sound that definitely is strongly R&B influence here. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Really talks about relying on God rather than ourselves. And as for the lyrics here, Ryan Ellis talks about how he wore himself out, trying to overcome the hard times on his own, until God in his saving love changed Ryan from relying on himself to relying on God to faithfully give Ryan the strength to fight and go before Ryan to make a way. Up next, our last release for today, Influence Music's new album, Long Live the King, live at the Grove. Influence Music's new album, Long Live the King, live at the Grove. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good album here. Stylistically, definitely a worship sound that incorporates contemporary, pop rock, and alternative elements. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Influence Music talks about how when they were lost in sin separation, God in his love came to pursue to be with them and make a way for them to come to him through Jesus' sacrificial blood that changed them to surrender their city to the Holy Spirit in faith that he will bring a breakthrough, a miraculous revival that will heal their city from idolatry, even if it seems impossible. Well, that's it for this week. Come back next week for 5 more releases. If you like what's on this video, please subscribe. I put out videos every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Also, if you have any thoughts on today's releases, or what I may have said about them, let me know that in the comments below. Also, in the comments, you can let me know if there's any awesome releases that came out today that you want to see in next week's video. Also, check out the playlist section for my Music Month Dream playlist available here on YouTube and also on Spotify. And this month's edition of the playlist includes songs from artists like Jeremy Camp, Austin French, Mike Donahue, and others. So go and check that out if you're interested. Well, go now. See you next week. Bye!